From the acclaimed director of one of the segments from Movie 43, Elizabeth Banks,
You could be dating a lot more if you played up those cheekbones in your online profile pictures.
comes the new remake, reimagining, retelling, whatever crap Hollywood wants to call this kind of thing now, of Charlie's Angels. And frankly, I wouldn't wish this film on my worst enemy. It's paced terribly, the acting is bad, the jokes are lame, and it's a perfect embodiment of the uncreativeness in Hollywood today. Number 1, did we really need a Charlie's Angels movie? No. No, really, folks, was there any reason to make a Charlie's Angels movie other than the obvious, which is to make money? Did we really need a remake of Charlie's Angels at this point? If anyone remembers, there was another remake of the Charlie's Angels show that aired on ABC in 2011. The day after the 4th episode aired, ABC canceled the show in just the first season. They did not even air the 8th episode.
I'll give you a happy ending.
It got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Even Jack and Jill has a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was that bad. Let's just bury it and hope no one remembers it. And then let's just try the same property again in a couple of years. Now, there is a lot more I can say about this show, and in fact, I will in part 2, so be sure to tune in for that. What I really want to talk about in comparison to this movie are the original Charlie's Angels movies, directed by a dude named Mick G. I guess he has a one-word name, like a musician or something.
Adele, Drake, Bono, Eminem.
So the original Charlie's Angels film that grossed $264 million with a budget of about $93 million was a huge success. The Elizabeth Banks reboot of Charlie's Angels was a major flop at the box office, earning a measly $8.6 million in its opening weekend in the US. The film made about $55.8 million worldwide, which just about covers the cost of the production. The audience for this movie, I guess, would be little girls who are kind of the age range of the girls shown in the movie at certain points. Girl power. I saw this with my oldest son and my friend's daughter. My son loved this movie, and honestly, I was kind of shocked. There are a lot of really cool, strong girls.
You just talk way too much, you're super clingy, and you come on way too strong.
This title has great messages, great role models, too much violence. The cast. Kristen Stewart's performance was also praised in this movie.
I need you to exhibit some attention-seeking behavior.
I have so many ideas.
A huge appeal of the first Charlie's Angels movie were those cast of women playing the angels. Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, and Cameron Diaz, who were some of the most popular and highest paid actresses at the time. Drew Barrymore has said she is a huge fan of the original show, and she asked Cameron Diaz if she wanted to be a part of it, to which she agreed. They spent a while looking for a third angel, which shows to me that they were actually putting effort into casting to make sure it was right for the film. After Angelina Jolie and Thandie Newton dropped out, they got Lucy Liu. And while I do not think those early 2000s Charlie's Angels movies are masterpieces by any stretch of the imagination, I will acknowledge that they are at least entertaining and have some amount of creativity involved in how they were made. Mick G did actually do a good job with this movie. I think he was suited for the material. Not that you need to be highly qualified to make a Charlie's Angels movie. It's probably my favorite movie I've seen from him as a director. It's better than Terminator Salvation, that's for sure.
Do I want? No! No!
Now, this movie's been criticized for a number of things, including the jokes in it that just are inappropriate or whatever. And look, I don't want to sound like a complainer by calling a joke inappropriate from a movie that's 20 years old.
That is inappropriate. Like, is that coming from a man?
That being said, I'm pretty sure that brown face is not okay. The cast of the new Charlie's Angels 2019 is terrible. The only recognizable name was Kristen Stewart, who was actually bad in this movie.
Oh, baby, you swiped right. I'm your girlfriend now.
The plot. Was I actually supposed to give a crap about anything happening in this film? Was I actually supposed to watch this and be like, I wonder what's going to happen next in this interesting spy film? I wonder if the characters are going to make it out of danger. It's impossible to care about anything happening in this movie. It's a retread of cliches you've seen in many other spy action films, it's difficult to understand what's going on because the way this film cuts around all of these different characters makes it so hard to follow. This is such a generic story. I don't know why it's so difficult to follow what's happening. They spend so much of this film apart from each other. They spend so much time developing Naomi Scott's backstory. They did not need to work in an origin story with this Charlie's Angels movie. Just start the film with all three of them being angels already. A general audience already has some familiarity with the Charlie's Angels title. We didn't need to see how one of them becomes an angel. What I really hate about this Charlie's Angels movie is the soundtrack. It made me wish I was deaf, so I didn't have to endure the numerous terrible pop songs shoved into this movie with absolutely no purpose at all.
Women can do anything. I mean, I want all my options available so I can decide for myself. Men, women, we all just want to fulfill our potential, live our heart's desires.
This dialogue is total shit, even by Charlie's Angels standards.
At my job, it's actually considered a huge advantage to be a woman.
I get it.
It takes men an additional 7 seconds to perceive a woman as a threat compared to a man.
I get it. Also, the action in this movie sucks. Just count the number of cuts in this scene.
Send along!
Then Patrick Stewart appears.
Bosley!
Evening, angels.
More girl power with obnoxious music. Great.
Got your head held high like you starstruck. Gotta run the bag up.
We cut to Hamburger 1 year later, and we get a scene of this guy with really ugly teeth.
Elena, thank you so much for coming in. I love how this conversation went.
Well, technically, I haven't said anything yet.
Let's not get caught in a game of who said what.
They literally cast the person with the ugliest teeth they could find.
Permanently fix the flaw in the blockchain so that it will stay safe.
Ingrid, can I get a cappuccino?
Then there's more shitty music. Then they start showing all of the different Bosleys from around the world. Patrick Stewart's also Bosley. And we see Michael Strahan as the New York Bosley. Then they Photoshop Cameron Diaz into the scene.
Where did you get that suit?
Say a few words. Come on, speak, Bosley, speak.
Well, frankly, I am overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed by how trash this movie is.
This speech is my recital.
Oh God, stop!
To rock
Stop already!
Right on time. It's
Stop it! They establish the MacGuffin of the film, which is this thing called Callisto, a multi-million-dollar AI, which this whole company basically invested all of their resources into to just make Alexa.
Callisto, turn on the lights.
Callisto, turn on the lights.
Callisto, full power.
Wow, I'm glad we spent $100 billion on this technology.
It can be manufactured in pastel colors for the ladies.
Yep, that's realistic. That's how an important tech meeting would go. We cut back to Hamburger with more god-awful music playing. She knocks a chair through the window with her... What's even happening?
Hold on, ladies.
Hold on, ladies. We're getting into a poorly shot car chase. Kristen Stewart's character is wearing a helmet, so you can't tell it's a stunt double. Stay down! Oh no, Bosley's been shot. This character we've known for 5 minutes. I'm so sad right now. Wow, look at that CGI explosion. Cut to a field.
Hey, you hungry?
Hilarious.
Who are you?
She's the director.
I'm Bosley.
Bosley.
Bosley is a rank in our organization.
I don't care.
The real name of the man you met was Edgar Desange. Edgar.
I really don't care.
Callisto can be weaponized.
Callisto can be weaponized. Then there's more obnoxious music. They break into this facility. They're trying to like distract the people by dressing the same, I guess, and Kristen Stewart distracts them by acting like a monkey. Yep, clearly not a stunt double. Whoa, so cool. She rubbed soap in his eyes. Girl power. These girls are so cool that they made a trash can explode.
You ready?
I can see how they thought this would be a cool scene, but it isn't. Then an innocent woman is held at gunpoint because the Charlie's Angels are dressed the same as her. There's also a security guard named Ralph.
Ralph, come!
Put your hands where I can see them!
What the what? What?
Do you think Ralph's gonna be okay?
Nope, I'm not okay.
Oh, yeah, sure he's fine.
He looks pretty dead to me.
He seemed fine, right?
Yeah. I'm sure he's okay.
They're acting really casual for just electrocuting a guy to death.
Wow, I thought you guys would, serve like bean sprouts and wheatgrass.
Who happens to be named Ralph.
Ralph's dead. I killed Ralph.
She seems happy about it. I killed Ralph. I killed him. What inspiring role models to young girls. They just killed a random security guard. What an inspiring film. His mom now lost a son.
Everything all right?
What the hell was that acting? What was that? What was that scream? Why was that even kept in the movie? More atrocious music. I want to shove pencils in my ears. Oh, that's the guy with the bad teeth who said women like pastel colors. Yeah, there's a Target there. We can pick up some supplies for back to school. They cut to London. Then she's in the closet of her dreams.
Look at this. This is the closet of my dreams.
Well, this is the music of my nightmares. Now they play a good song. And sadly, it just doesn't fit the scene at all. And it's just an instrumental. The lyrics are the best part of that song. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. Then they just like teleport to another country. How many freaking countries are we gonna jump to over the span of like 20 minutes? Stop with this freaking music. Oh my god. I hate this soundtrack. How did you miss that shot? These have to be the worst spies I've ever seen in my life. Oh, fuck! That's another guy dead, who had nothing to do with anything. These are the heroes of the film, everyone. Then they throw this guy's body out of a window, and he breaks his neck. That's probably 3 dead people now. Then they cut to the villains, like doing some meeting or something. And these have to be the worst villains I've ever seen. They have no development at all.
Or a world-class hacker.
Then there's some bad fight choreography. Kristen Stewart changes into her Princess Leia outfit. This guy gets crushed. Yeah, that's what you get for having a penis. So that's 4 people dead that they've killed. Great role models, everybody. Then after this scene, we get a lighthearted moment with a little girl. Yeah, what a lighthearted scene after we just saw some guy get brutally murdered with a rock crusher. Yeah, that guy was a murderer, as opposed to these characters. Comfort movie, great movie, light violence, but nothing too terrible. I always enjoy this. The plot is simple in a good way, with plenty of great characters. There is no reason to claim that this movie is as bad as many reviews do. This title has great messages, great role models.
You're in great danger.
Get out of there now!
Guys?
More CGI fire, great. How did they survive that explosion? It blew up everything around them but the Charlie's Angels. So they make you think Elizabeth Banks is the bad guy and she betrayed him, but it turns out she was keeping things a secret for no reason, but so she's actually like helping the Charlie's Angels and she's a good guy, and the bad guy was actually Patrick Stewart. Of course. The whole like bait and switch making you think that Elizabeth Banks is the villain of the movie is completely pointless because they only play that up for like a minute or two and then it just like reveals that Patrick Stewart's the villain. What's even the point? Get more bad music. At this point in the film, Elizabeth Banks knows that this story is completely uninteresting, so they just decide to put Naomi Scott in a collar. I guess Elizabeth Banks is into that kind of thing.
Feisty.
Patrick Stewart's plan is to steal Callisto to assassinate people.
Why are you doing this?
To neutralize an enemy discreetly and anonymously. That's the gold standard in my business.
These villains aren't even intimidating at all.
Yo, Tats, move.
Take a seat, Mr. Brock.
The guy from the lab, they just kidnap him for some reason. How does she even know who he is? Like, she wasn't the one in the scene with him, it was the other girl. Patrick Stewart beats up Elizabeth Banks, then it turns out the other Charlie's Angels had their back the whole time. There's so many twists and turns, it hurts my brain. That guy got impaled on a spike, that's pretty brutal for this kind of movie. It ends with a lame joke.
Oh, yeah. I think he finally got the point.
Is that a pun because you impaled him?
Are you doing like a joke thing?
And then there's credits, and you see Haley Steinfeld and Lily Reinhart in a cameo. They say that RBG was an angel.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg made this jump in 99!
RBG is an angel?
Oh my god, make it stop!
My real plea is for men to have enough empathy to go see movies starring women. Because I've been asked to go see movies starring men my entire life, and happily have done so. And I don't know why men don't return the fucking favor.
I think the problem with this movie, really, is that it's incredibly hollow. Kill Bill is not just a feminist film, it's an awesome movie. The action scenes are fun, there's lots of great style, excellent dialogue, and characters that you remember. This film is trying to update or improve the 2000s Charlie's Angels films. Not only is that pretentious, it also strips this film away of any of its personality. This film is a desperate attempt to over-intellectualize and overcomplicate a show that was originally just dumb entertainment, while providing absolutely nothing entertaining to anyone. There can be a middle ground in the film landscape too, a happy balance between the message of the film that it's trying to convey and actually being an engaging film experience. Now, right as I finished this review, Elizabeth Banks came out in an interview saying this wasn't meant to be a feminist manifesto. And I don't entirely agree with that, because even from statements she's made before this movie came out and during its release, and even in just the movie itself, it seems like it wants to be a feminist movie, which is fine. It's just weird to kind of backpedal on that. She said the movie wasn't made for just girls, but it actually just seems like it was, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just seems like it's a film marketed to younger girls and not men. I don't know why she feels men had to go see it. And if you are going to call this just an action film, I would say it isn't a particularly good action film. In fact, it's a bad action film. I didn't think it was good, and I don't think many other people thought it was good either. And that's all I gotta say about it. There you are, Ralph the Movie Maker. I've been sent by Elizabeth Banks to kill you once and for all before you post your review of Charlie's Angels and ruin publicity for her new film, Cocaine Bear, which is going to have multiple sequels, including Cocaine Shark, which is going to be the start of a cinematic universe of cocaine animal-related films. So I'm here to kill you before you post your review and do that. Really, dude, we've already done this storyline in a video where some guy comes from the studio to try to kill me because I made some bad review of a movie. I mean, we've done this before. Not only is Charlie's Angels completely unoriginal, but this video we've made about it is completely unoriginal as well. That's enough out of you. Now come over here so I can shoot you and kill you. Alright. Oh, Jesus, I can see your... What the f... Oh, it's oh. Forget it, you know, I'll come back later. Put some fucking clothes on. Holy shit.
End of part 1.